to cry. Mama's gonna make all of your
this magic land that surrounds that tiny little mountain hippie town of Crestone, Colorado, man. You betcha. A lot of new faces, a lot of new folks coming around. We're going to be revealing some interesting faces, some interesting hearts here on the Mary Jane Gateway to Paradise show on the Conscious Consumer Network on Friday evening. So, with your host, of course, Grandpa Coyote, the veritable Pope of Pot, Mary Jane's right-hand man. Hands down, baby, and hands up, man. Mary Jane, take you by the hand, lead you to the promised land, baby. And sometimes that's Crestone, sometimes it's someplace else. But there sure has been an assemblage of divine angels going on around here in kind of a quiet sort of way over the last year or two, but especially the past, 3-4 weeks, 3-4 months, since the beginning of this year. There's been quite the transition here. Kind of came in quiet, it came in smooth, it's just like, and I think it's doing it everywhere else, ain't it? Yeah, I think it's happening in your place too. All roads lead to love, all paths come to this culminating point, which we call the beginning. Just for the heck of it, man. And if you think what we've been through with something, think about this is the beginning, and now the beginning is what we always thought it should be, We took the divergent trail for a while. We had a lot of fun with that shit. And somehow we got through it all, man. The heart's still alive. There's love and motion everywhere across the face of this planet. In her innards, too, and on her outards all over the place, man. This universe is, dancing around us right now. And more than just gracious applause. Everybody's starting to get the rock and roll from the old Coyote Medicine show. I think we're radiating out through some satellites and shit these days, man. So we got a bunch of them tuned in, babies. Besides, in the mystical way, everybody rocks when Grandpa does, don't you know? That's how we stay in the flow, Grandpa's the barometer, man. Hey, ooh, he's high pressure. We better rock, man. Here comes the sun. I knew it, man. I knew it. Oh, we having fun today is the wake-up call, the way you want to wake up each and every day with Grandpa Coyote and friends, a whole bunch of... Oh, excuse me, got a froggy in my throat here. Ah, there we go. Salute, babies. Whole bunch of divine angels present here, too. And all of your ancestors and a whole bunch of, Santa Claus-like characters given in spiritual apparitions and shit like that, man. Some people call them Ascendant Masters. I call them Ascendant Blasters because that's what they do. When they radiate their love, it's a pretty focused thing. Watch out. They hit you in the hiney before you knew what happened, man. Next thing you know, all of a sudden, you just melted down on the sidewalk there, right beside the highway of love, man. It became a little puddle of love that all of a sudden recreates itself, well, kind of back into your presence. But what is that? That there's something shining. There's something new, something quite delightful there. Oh, my goodness. It's a whole new you, man. It's a presence. It's a, wow, talk about Phoenix effect and then some, man. Holy shit. Calendar girl. Oh, man, you go so far beyond that. Hot chick, yes, and then some, man. Well, I'm a hot dude, too, if that's what you want to be, man, but... guys just don't look right trying to look studly. They really don't, man. They just look like warped expressions of discolorful life. Look like they're a little bit deranged or rearranged or not quite right. The beefalos that amongst this. I mean, I'm not negating anybody's experience there, and I bless you for, growing some muscles and having a good time doing it, but it just doesn't look right to me. The male presence and the way it's been expressed and experienced in this reality has been like kind of a shitty kind of deal. I mean, we got the short end of the stick just because we got the you-know-what, but at the same time, I'm not bitching and complaining. I'm just saying, guys, you got to realize what the male presence really is. You know what I mean? And this is just frankly, well, girls, you can listen in too because it's all of us together. But guys, it just really is time to arrive at your righteous heart and learn to live this life as living art. Now, if you want to be colorfully expressed in that way, fine with me. But babies, take a look at what you see, Don't you just want to be smooth and flowing, when you think of the son and the mother, what do you see? You see like this child, kind of like the statue of David before he ate at McDonald's and shit, you know? It's a smooth flowing existence. It's an almost near perfect being, but yet expressed so innocently. You can see the baby child in that David now, can't you, you know? And that's just a legendary figure somebody made a statue out of, but did quite a nice job of it, you know? And that's why the statue's a legend now, you know? It conveyed an energy, an image that people needed to see and remember. Because you got to remember when that was created, we were just coming out of some real barbarous times. Thank God we didn't have nukes back then, eh? Oh, shit. And if we did, I'm glad they kept them underground somehow and kept them out of the way, you know. So much has gone on in secret here in the behind the scenes. Who knows what the real presence is, you know, except as you begin to see it and live it and be it. It's living life in a whole new way at a far more refined level, where your eyes and your intelligence are engaged actively with the heart presence, and it's conscious of its existence everywhere in everything. And that makes this love unstoppable. You know, that makes all things more than forgivable. All things are just lost in the smattering of time. Appreciated, you know, from the aspect of the divine. There's no quarrel with it anymore. We just let it be. We just let it go. We return to our reality as the creators of love that we be. Yeah, creators of love. Love expands from our experience into reality, into the creation around us. Yeah, it's love in motion, as I keep reminding you. We're all waves on the ocean and ripples in the ponds and, you know, dewdrops in the stream, live stream of life, man, flowing down the river of love in the divine channels of love, you know, surrounded by the graceful essence of a permeated reality that's so glittery and glowing and so full of love that it can only be happy. And keep on dancing, man. Because that's what life do. That's what life be, man. You know, and I see it kind of as a cosmic hippie. I do, but that's the way I see it, babies. You know, and that's the way it can be, will be, is be. Because, wow, you're living it. Yet, there's another level, there's another way, there's another river of life, far broader, far deeper, a more expansive valley, a bigger heart that includes the whole universe, a living work of art. Ooh, given from the heart of what? The center beam, the mother of love, the son of love. It's a male and female energy, ungenderized, yet still expressed in the persons of two. Ooh, babies, take a look in that sun, and you'll know just what to do. Because seeing two is three, and the sun is the one, and the heart is gold. You understand, baby? I mean, it's a little coyote medicine given in a little coyote way. We got to be rhythmic and, you know, rocking, don't we? It's rap and roll here on the Coyote Medicine Show. And so we wrap your heart, we wrap your soul in this divine presence of loving energy, and it can't help but feel safe to come out of hiding and reveal itself perhaps inside of yourself for the first time in forever. Maybe you've been living as a dark dude or dudette forever. You didn't even know you had a heart. And there it is now, man. It's arrival time, baby. The train is pulled into the station. The plane is docked to the gate. The spaceship love has landed and, you know, is disembarking and re-embarking those passengers who will fly with her, man. Yes, indeedy. You know, there ain't no Titanic anymore, ain't no skullduggery, you know, to imprison the earth. Hell, we've been imprisoned forever, man. You know, it's all just a big divine comedy. Now take a look and see what you be. You glittery, glowing little sunrise, you love bunnies. I know what you do. You know, it's no secret. It's hidden, but it's no secret, babies. The light's shining on you, too, babies. Love bunnies. Coming out of the shadows now, ain't we, darlings? Yeah, no more hiding out, no more being afraid because somebody pissed on your bush a while back or something. I mean, come on, guys. That was a dog. You're an angel, you know. Get over it, man. Fly. With your heart, do apply the energetic love to this reality and correct all these little mistaken things that happen, man. That dog should have pushed on somebody else, but then again, Maybe there was a divine blessing in that dog marking his turf there on your bush. Maybe you should appreciate that mark. Perhaps that's what brought the angels to you in the first place. You got to remember, dog is a reverse image of God. You know what I mean? It's love, upside down and backwards. At least that's the way you see it. That's the way you spell it. But the spell is what's on you, and dog is here to remind you that you are indeed under the spell of love. They have been and always will be, man. As such, nobody else can cast another spell on you because they all just become love. When they hit you, they go bing, and they just become an energized flow of love, giving uniformity from the equitous heart that lives in all, ever present in you and me too, because babies, we're the love bunnies. That's what we do. We're going to whole new levels and whole different ways of being too, babies. We're stepping beyond the old paradigm and all the bullshit you got to whine about, you know, crab and piss and I didn't get this and I didn't. Oh, you guys can be such whiny little brats, man. But me, of course, I've always been Mr. Mellow, you know. I'm never really upright. I can be a whiny butt too when I want to. I don't see much to whine about anymore except with delightful joy. Oh, baby. You know, like that, man. Yeah. See, now we're getting into flow. That's a wake-up call right there, babies. You feel that little burst of love? Oh, baby. Coming through you just that fast, man. It's like, it's like there is no separation. Why the hell do we even need to gather? We already are, man. The physical presence can't help but follow it. Shit, you create this kind of flow. You know what's going to happen sooner or later because it already is. You know what I mean? We're already gathered together. The party is on at our place. And we're having a great time doing it, babies. It's the rock in your roll, the roll in your soul, the blossoming of your divine heart, because you are the living work of art that love has created as the divine angel in human form. We, don't you see? Hey, Jelly Bean, isn't that keen? I mean, that's like driving around with your convertible top down and just, all the boys and all the girls hanging around, and you're the party, the best party in town, man. And it's not even a 57 Chevy, I think it's a 53 T-Bird, man, or something like that. Old tank, but I love them. But when you got an old tank like that only gets 6 miles a gallon, you know what you do? You park it in these shiny places by the drive-in where the girls still roller skate up to your car to bring you your root beer float and shit. You know what I mean? You hang out there with where they got the black and white checkered tiles and stuff, and the girls have, a frilly low-cut blouse, nothing too, outrageous, and they wear them short shorts too, man, because that was the fad back about 62, Dad, and that's where that place got stuck too, man. So you're cruising in your 53 T-Bird back in 52 by being alive in 2015 and going and hanging out the drive-in and letting that old gas hog just sit there and look pretty for a little bit. Maybe you'll take it out and race it, but don't disgrace it, man, Be alive in your love. Be wise in your driving, man. Let that car never have to teach you a lesson that's kind of harsh, man. Not ever, man. Those things are made out of, blood and steel, man. You got to be careful with that stuff. That doesn't mean you can't go really fast down the highway. And if you've got the gifts and skills to do a little, racing and cornering when it's safe to do so. And there ain't no cops in sight. You know what I mean? You just got to be wise about things. Liberate yourself from the teenage impulsiveness. We all kind of get, I was like 50-something, probably 58 or so. I had to give up motorcycles for a while because I was just going back to being a teenager. I was being totally reckless out there, Because I'm, hell, I could be a stunt driver if I wanted to be, but holy cow. My angels were working overtime, and I could see the sweat drops coming out of the sky and hit me in the face as I was flying down the highway, So I had to retire myself, sadly so, but, from the two-wheeler business for a while, man, I might get back there. I might, get me a little ride here. I've sure been thinking about it. There was one for sale in town here I wanted desperately. It fit me so good, but... the wheels and the ride didn't, maybe this wasn't time yet, Maybe I got to settle down just a little more, before I can ride the steel horses again, All I know is life is rock and roll, and it is beautifully so. and that every time I move around and get out here in life a little bit, just in this little Crestonia, man, holy cow, my life is so powerfully influenced, and I'm so blessed by the presence of the angels of love that I see all around me here, everywhere I look. These folks are divine presences, each and every one of them, given with a heart of gold, man. I mean, there's more real, sincere hearts in this place than anywhere else I know. I mean, I'm sure there's other places where similar hearts are gathered, etc. So I'm not saying it's the only one. I'm just saying the experience here with these beings, who, yeah, they've been kind of confused and a little bit deranged at times. You know, ain't we all? I mean, the pressures of living this life can be pretty damn ridiculous sometimes, you know. So we all go through our stages and steps, and, you know, there's been this seeming disunity here in this area where one faction's, you know, well, a bit deranged about things, and other factions are a bit deranged in another way, and another faction's deranged in that. And, you know, there's been a little bickering and backbiting and some gossip here and some real mean stuff that's gone on kind of quietly in the background, you know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here that nobody wants to talk about, and I don't blame them, and I'm not talking about it, but I'm just saying, we all know that it's been going on here, you know, that this town has been fractionalized, split apart and torn apart, and sometimes both with criminal intent. It's not very nice here sometimes. But that's only certain people in certain ways, and we're here to end all of that. Like I said before earlier in the show, there's been an invasion of loving beings here. You know, you're going to meet a few of them. You're going to understand how the divine presence works. You'll have a little more courage in your own heart, in your own life, being in your own flow, you know, because these beings and presences are here to demonstrate it. Just by holding the light, just by being who they are. They don't have to come out of the closet, but they have and they are. I mean, the revolution starts quietly. It has to. Otherwise, they'll do all they can to stop it. Somebody tries, you know. But that doesn't matter. That just makes it more forcefully present. You know, resistance gives birth to reality really quickly, you know. That's why we don't mind if folks try to go backwards. They're only going forwards when they're trying to go backwards, man. Because like I say, each way you turn, there it is. You see the divine essence in everything. It's an unavoidable view. It's a reality, too. And the joke's on you, babies, you know. We just been existing here in these sometimes not so pleasant roles, but finding great satisfaction in them just the same. Sometimes in the weirdest and oddest sort of ways. But always the restless soul, always the restless heart, always living. Knowing we are a divine work of art, but just unable to accept or be that, you know. We felt so wormish, you know, as if we were just nothing but mud and bone, you know, and it's, you know, we're very humble, very low, and we needed to be, you know, shown what to do by others, you know. I mean, it's about as insecure as beings could get. That's caveman mentality, you know. When you don't know the presence of heart or consciousness, when you're just numb to the reality around you, and you're just functioning in it as a basically elemental mechanical type being that goes through the motions that it needs to stay warm and comfortable and get laid every now and then, fill its tummy with good food and so forth, you know. I mean, it's pretty Cro-Magnon-ish here still for a lot of folks. But out of such simplicity, if you can see the love in that low state of mentality, if you can be aware of that in your ancestry, you know, then you understand where some of the attitudes and ingratitudes you've had to live through came from. You know, when hearts are that asleep, unaware things are going to happen with routine regularity, you know. And this was the source of industrial essences, technologies, agriculture, all of these things that we just kind of think is part of a normal state of being now, which is so goddamn backwards from creation, you know. Because instead of, you know, using our creative heart, employing that, and surrounding ourselves with the good things that living requires, well, we've gone to this place where we were so asleep we didn't know we had that kind of power or ability. We thought we were subject to the whims of the weather and the harshness of nature, and we had to carve our life out of the earth one way or the other. We had to make implements out of stone. We had to use fire every which way, you know, finally just to transport ourselves around, etc. I mean, you know, it was a pretty unintelligent place. But, considering that we were scratching out of the elemental, and we were experiencing a divine space of non-presence, so that as we come forward now in the presence, all is forgiven, all is lost. That past heart is unknown in the beginning, you see. The experience of it greatly treasured, but the past heart was the illusion. The real heart always shines, even through time, and all of our experiences and all the generations in it, see? See how united we are in this life, That's an angelic flight that goes on forever. For the stars are without limit, and so are the angels too, made of the star essence, you see. We are the stars, the angelic stars, the rock stars of the universe now, because we made it through what others couldn't possibly do. They're standing back now at their consoles and their creations and looking at humanity and saying, oh my God, they did it. And then they use that 4-letter word with great emphasis, which indicates a grand union is occurring. Oh, the Coyote way. I'm telling you, it's active today, ain't it, babies? Ooh. Ah, God. Well, anyway, these are the times and the places and the energies we've been waiting for. We don't wait for nothing no more, man. We just live it because we love it. See, that's the secret to the whole thing. If you can dislove it, then, all you share everywhere you go is happiness, even with the most discontented people, I mean, they feel it. They may reject it, but at least they feel it, and they can only push it away so long, right? Love is, man, and that's what life's made out of. Simple truth. See, age of truth. Simple truth. Love is life. Life is love. Simple as that. And it's happy about it, too, babies. See, there must have been a misunderstanding. Oh, wow, there sure was for quite a while, man. When the Cro-Magnon mentality, to give it a word, give it a descriptive term, began in this life, when people really did devolve to the state of the cave persons living a real primitive life, more so than the animals, because the animals are all provided for, and the human felt like it had to take in order to live, Whew. And that attitude's permeated to this day, man, But now we permeate it away, we no longer play in the caveman way, This is where the masculinity thing has gotten off track, because the caveman is the most, the brood is the best stud, etc. You know what I mean? Love muffins, etc. It's gone that way. It's the same way it has in the other way. It's overemphasized on both sides of the fence. There's extremes, baby. But the reality is the glowing love, the glittering love in every heart, and then your appearance is refined to reflect that heart in a more accurate sort of way. It's regenerative. It's like breaking yourself down to elemental energies and recreating it. Really, it's kind of a death experience going through life while you live and walk and talk and being and doing. See, it's a process that's gone on for a while now, but it's reaching its more culminating points now as we slide on into June and dance on into July and find Independence Day to be really independent way before we even get there, man. You know what I mean? Independent with liberty, and equity in all, because we is all, and therefore there is equity in everything, man, and we just dissolve away the mentality that says this could not be. Because that's the lie. And it's the age of truth. Simple truth. Real truth. Living truth that bursts forward first from inside of you as you begin to understand your own existence, and then extend that understanding in a feeling sort of way into all the existence around you. Around you, around me, around us. Because it's each and every one of us together, unified in the heart, so our creation matches. Everything's in synchronistic harmony. That's the divine intelligence in motion, babies. Ho, ho, ho. I told you so. Santa Claus coming to town. Now she's really hanging around. Ooh, I think that's the hot chick, man, in a red outfit. Ooh, that is Santa Claus, isn't it, man? Where's my tiny reindeer when I need him, baby? Oh, my goodness, they've slipped away here. Now I got to go look for him, babies. I'll be back with just a little more Grandpa Coyote here on the Coyote Medicine Show. Only on the Hazy Radio. Ooh, big hug for these guys, man. We love them so. Ooh, take it away. Alabama, hey, wouldn't you say? Well, indeedy, and it is heaven for everyone, ain't it? Yes, indeedy. Anytime you want to open and see, that's what shall be. Such is the nature of your true creativity. Such is the nature of your true heart. So says Grandpa today, here in this Coyote way, as we get this Coyote Day underway with your wake-up call, you betcha, right here on this Hazy Radio Network with the Coyote Medicine Show, your host, Grandpa Coyote, helping you stay in that flow, man. Yeah, it's been a long ride. Scott is here, man. And now as we look back and forth from this one point of now, we see the love in everything that be. And we are at peace with everything that are. Because we are in that everything, and everything is real beyond our imagining. Because in our heart, we're imagining the reality in which we live. And in our heart, we choose to give ourselves a whole lot more comfortable ride from here on out. Would you say, Clyde, man? Hasn't our day arrived? Hasn't our moment come? Isn't our love coming back to life inside? Though separate we may be from vast numbers of humanity, we're united with the entirety of creation. Let alone the human nation, babies, you betcha. We are one tribe, babies, one vibe. Look at your belly button. Remember where it began. You see? And we rose up to learn all kinds of different languages and express ourselves very different culturally, from one place to the next around this reality, To the cosmic mix just goes on to impossible combinations of living expressions in human form, indulging themselves in just about any way they can possibly be, man. We are imaginative, don't you see? Even in our discreativity, in our dumbest days, we're still quite creative, and we never can stop our creative ways. See, it all suggests to us our truthful reality. You want to step out of the insanity. You want to be calm and collected and cool inside and know just what to do in every moment that you ride through. Get on the heart, man. Get on that pale horse of love. Let yourself be this person that you are. Open. Sesame. And there's the divine magic coming forward inside of you. How about that, man? Just a few little sesame seed words, and there we are, man. I mean, goodness gracious, Mercy me. You thought it was just an old fairy tale. I did, too. Well, it is, and it ain't. Now it's a reality, man. Open sesame, open says me to you, and we're all free, man, because we just said each. You feel that? Another level, another elevation. Right there in that moment, even as we're sitting here bullshitting about it and having a great time doing it. We call it rap and roll here on the Coyote Medicine Show. Old Grandpa gets you in the flow with a little musical tunage to make your heart lodge. And then as your heart gets larger and larger, then we can say Roger, Roger on the radio, man. And get to say a little more as we stay in the rock and roll flow. It's rap and roll, don't you know, with rock and roll in its soul, in its heart. It's life as the living work of art, the mother of love, the mother of invention too, baby, the mother of everything that is to be, because that's what's in you, that's what's in me too, baby. Ooh, and in that mother love we find it so cool to be, because this is where we're feeling the ocean, the atmosphere, the sky, the air, the earth, the moon, the stars, and most of all, the sunrise inside. Oh, darn it. The stars of the universe, the rock stars of the universe, are coming back to life. We made it through, babies. We have arrived at our moment in time, at our place outside of time, our place in creation. We have come home. And now we're all about regeneration, man, and watch out, world, because here we come. The heart is here, and it's on the run, but it's not running from anything. It's running and riding that high high tidal wave of love, born of the waters of life. Yes, indeedy, from the heart of love, that which wipes the slate clean and begins it all again, man. The phoenix effect and then some, as we rise up and be the children of the sun, the children of the stars, the children of the universe, who are the rock stars, through which creation arises, man. It's our perception. It's our place of being. It's our place of worship, too, because we're in this heart, loving it, grateful for it. And that's all that there ever needs to be, because that is the source of all contentment. When you're grateful for it, when you know and see the living work of art in which you have lived, that which you've already given here, that which was the most noble effort of heart that could possibly be. That's you, that's me, that's our truth, don't you see? And when you see that, you're free of all of it. And you don't have to be a slave anymore. You can walk right out that door and do what you got to do and be who you are. You know, just let it shine, baby. For some folks, that means tremendous change. For others, well, it might remain routine for just a little bit longer, but you're going to be so glowing you won't even notice the routine in which you're flowing. It's so different. You know, your life has lit up now. Your heart has come back to life. The eclipse that was placed over your heart long ago is no more. And now we shall see the true dimensions of the heart's reality in living expression coming forward everywhere. Yeah, the age of miracles, well, you can call it that, but it's not an age. It's a beginning. It's a humble point of being, but it's when we start to return to our empowered places. Take our rightful places in creation as the star beings that we are. The star presences given in angelic and earthly form. Beautiful place of being, wouldn't you say? Lemuria's calling to me. Is that what you see? Is that where you be? Is that the beginning? Is that the harboring of the heart when we began the human way? Is this the moment of love where it all comes back together again? Is this the place where the heart finally finds its union there neath the tree of life? The triality, the duality, become the one-ality. Yeah, the one river of life, the one stream, the one flow, the one heart. As we begin to grow and glow together, united as two, as one, as three, in all that are the sun, the heart, the creation of life, given in full presence of love, full presence of conscious purpose. We demean no energy, and no energy demeans us. We live in love. We are the heart united across all forms and species in this reality. That union is there. And now the communion can begin. See, it's always a beginning, babies, and it never does end. It just, oh, thank you, baby, I love you too. It just keeps glowing and flowing and, you know, rocking in its dear sweet heart. And becoming what it is we are to be, because that's what we be right now, don't you see? Oh, the Coyote medicine, man. Keeps you in that flow, keeps you guessing, don't you know? But oh my goodness, it's the place to be, and it's your reality. This is why human beings, you know, spirits line up at the door to get in here, man. And this is a fun little game when it's taken in the heartfelt way, man. When you see what's really at play, you begin to dance all night and all day, and babies, there's no stopping you. Because in the fields of life, you're meant to play, and that's what life is. That's what creation is. It's play. Beautifully so, created of the most divinely innocent hearts there could ever be. Those that are trusted inside of you, inside of me, inside of each and every one of us, the harbor of the heart, the resting place, and the expansion place, from which the birth of love begins itself once again. The angelic presence of one, divinely created, in that divinely human way, taking it to new levels now, taking it to a different form of play, where creation becomes a feeling thing once again. And in the feeling, we do just begin. For the feeling is love, and love is life, and life is what we create, and the feeling is the experience and the creation, and all that moves within it. Yes, indeed. That's where we take off and fly. Mother, don't you cry. Your children come home. Yes, indeed, right to our heart, babies, right to your heart. In your nuzzle of love, we harbor that heart forevermore, man. 'Cause we know the truth, the reality of that nurturing love that's set us free despite our tyranny and terror, which we now plant there at that doorstep of love, at your doorstep of life. Your harmonious heart opening to our harmonious heart too, babies. And one in this love we created, and regenerated, all the way through. A feeling love arising based in the contented heart of your divine love, your divine presence within all that is. You see, when I look around and I see other people, I appreciate the characteristics and the character before me and the great heart I see there. There's some real lovers here in this reality, let me tell you. They're special beings. They'll be drawn to special places to help the rest of us open up and get into our graces and get into our graciousness and be who we are, the divine angels of love. Humanity, man, you are set free. No one's holding you back anymore. You don't have to be in the warlike way. You don't have to even harbor such thoughts anymore. You don't have to hate. You don't have to fear. You only got to be love, and that's what you are. Don't you see, dear? You're made out of it, everybody. You could be like that nasty dude that's been running Israel into the ground, and you're still a good-hearted being. You mean well for everyone, and you start to realize that now, and your heart greatly softens. And when you look at the tragedy and the terror, you let it go. You release it. There's no more of that shit. The Nazi reality is dead and gone. It never was a reality. Humans weren't made that way. We're not that way. That's manipulation and control, personified many, many times over, wouldn't you say? But see, we're free today. We don't have those influences anymore. We've come here to equitize in love the heart and even the score, and that's what we do right now, right here, in this moment of love, this moment of awakening. Yep, this is your wake-up call here on the Coyote Medicine Show, given in that coyote way, wouldn't you say? Yes, indeed, each and every day, as we take off and play, flying away from 9,000 feet high in the Rocky Mountain sky, baby. Oh, and that's a salute to your kind and loving and compassionate heart, the one that you know is coming up. And it's about time it got in the glow, and here's a little toke to help you along the way, and I'll share the high, babies, because that's what we're here to be. To share with one another quite naturally, That's what we're beginning here with the Coyote Club, thecoyoteclub.com. Check it out, babies. I know it's a humble beginning, and I'll be renovating that website soon, man. I'm going to go through her with a fine-tooth comb and jazz her up a little bit, I've been using this kind of lame web page builder, but it's acceptable. It's just not, very... anyway, it's coming around. But just look at the essence that's there, And I got a few videos posted there that'll rattle your chains a little bit. I got to get that one. It's quite popular now. It's starting to catch on a bit. That one, what is it? Walking into the Romance. Yeah, where you find your twin flame in all of life. That's a good one, And I'm trying to do a whole lot more of this outdoor stuff now. The weather's starting to improve a little bit. I work within time constraints and so forth, but babies, just know I'm here to share my heart with you, our heart with you, which is everyone, which is the Vibe Tribe, which is what we are. I'm here to share that heart with you each and every day in every way that I can, in all ways that are possible. So we just keep growing and expand. And the reality is as we see it, as we feel it, as we be it. So don't let any of the old fears, if they should arise, don't let them hamper you one little bit, babies. Bless them for their protective interests and show them that it's not like that anymore. It never really was. There was nothing really to fear here. Nothing at all. We just didn't know that for the longest of time. We're innocent. And we were responsive and reactive in our innocence. through these ages of darkness and pain. My God, we paid the price, ain't we? See? You see why it equitizes now? We paid for it in blood and torment. The prodigal children of the creative heart of love, the mother of love, the father of love inside of the mother of love. It's all one. The triad, don't you see? The combination of you, me, and the heart that sets us free. And in the heart we are joined unitedly. There is only one, don't you see? Expressed in 2 and 3 quite naturally. And there you be. Oh, babies, it rotates around, don't it, babies? It's just the rhythmic heart of the coyote love, the coyote spirit in the creative love, that which is mischievous, but kindly so. See, people miss the medicine. They think coyote is harsh. And sometimes, yeah, there's harsh lessons in it, but that's the past, and it don't last. See, what's now is the coyote and how. The sweet medicine of love, dished out day after day, song after song, soliloquy after soliloquy, here with the rap and roll heart of Grandpa Coyote, and you, and Mary Jane too, man, and the Madonna, and the Qualin, and the Coyote, and the Eagle, and the sacred stone and wood, all of these blessings, united in our heart, expansively so. So that we grow to become the wise and understanding beings and presences in our divine innocence that we are, the ancient of days and then some, each and every one under the sun. We are the ancient ones, all of us. You've been tricked into thinking, well, I'm a young soul, so I don't have to. Babies, everybody's as ripe as everybody else. You got to think there is no time. Creation is, and we are, forever. It's always beginning. And beautifully so. And that's why we were like children, because a beginning is a child thing, a child beginning to grow. Yet in that child, because of this ripening stage we've gone through, we call the ages of darkness, is not only the elimination of pain, but the elimination of pain through the appreciation of its divine experience. Only in the absence of love could you find the greater wealth in love that you found now. Ain't it beautiful? Hey, that's heaven's gate, wide open, babies. Step right in, and here we go, loving our mother once again. As she brings us back to life, man. Just drop the tyranny, drop the strife right there at the doorstep of love. Step on in, baby. Ooh, we're resting now on them soft sands of time on the shores of love. Ooh, bikini heaven, babies. For all of us, don't you see? I mean that relatively. It means, wow, we can be. And we're not afraid of anything anymore. We can be beautiful. We can be shining. And it's not a threat to anyone. It's a blessing to everyone. We can let ourselves be the person that we are. And that's what we're doing right now, babies. We're allowing it to be. Probably for the first time in a long, long, long time, babies. But yet, that time is not. Because if we feel that, we're right at the beginning right now. We've never stepped into time. We've gone around it somehow. And come right back to our...
Ooh, babe, you'll always be baby to me. Mother, did it need to be so high?